Hello everyone, we are here live on Facebook. I've got the lovely Emma with me. How are you today, Emma?
Hi, I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm having a really good day. I was telling Emma actually just before we went live that I have been to see the chiropractor this morning. Just going to pause this talking. There we go. I've been to see the chiropractor this morning. I feel all like free and like I can move my neck and back. And I
Yay.
was reminded of the value of hands-on body work. Do you agree?
100%, yes. And specifically, I mean, obviously I exercise quite a lot and it's essential. I tend to go for a massage every sort of 4 months, really.
Every 4 months? That's not a lot.
Oh, I mean a full sports massage.
Oh,
A
okay. All right.
deep tissue massage. They're painful.
Oh yes, yes.
I don't want to go any sooner than 4 months, believe
Yes.
me.
I have had
I
them,
have to
but
I
not
have
for a
to
long
build
time.
up courage to get there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So a little introduction to Emma. Emma is a wonderful friend who I met on a coaching call. So she's a fellow coach, and she runs a company called Life Shaper, and it's a well-being coach. So tell us what kind of things you do as a well-being coach and who you help, Emma.
Okay, so I started as a personal trainer and nutrition consultant, and then went in to learn a lot about hormones and became a life coach, a mindset coach, and NLP practitioner too, because ultimately I felt that what I was missing with my clients was the mental aspect.
Yeah.
You know, sticking to any sort of program, whether it be a nutrition program or exercise program, is really difficult if your mind isn't in it. So I combine everything within my Life Shaper program for my own personal experiences and my learnings.
Yeah. So do you do it that they have to start with a mindset, or is it all kind of intertwined together?
I tend to start with the mindset, because once you, for instance, within my programs, I like to say, if your main goal here is weight loss, then please question whether you need to be on this program, because the weight loss will happen. But if somebody is very hung up on weight loss from the beginning, I've got a huge battle, because they want to see results immediately. And they're not going to see results immediately until they overcome stress, they balance their hormones, and the mind is in the right place to implement the exercise and the nutrition. So it's a bit of a tricky one, really. I try not to sell my programs as weight loss programs, you know. So it's about balancing the mind and the hormones, and then the weight will naturally come off then.
Yeah, it's so good to hear you say that here, because weight loss is a huge industry, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And there are thousands of women that we've got in this group here, nearly 10,000 women now. And I hardly ever talk about weight loss for the same reason. It's like, I really believe, and this is so difficult for so many people, that we have to, like, it's hard to lose weight when we hate ourselves.
Yes.
So we have to learn how to love ourselves wherever we are, fully accept ourselves. And that doesn't mean that we don't want more for ourselves. We don't want to hold ourselves to a higher standard, but we still fully accept ourselves as the person we are standing here today. So all of my courses are focused on fatigue, stress, and overwhelm. And I go, weight loss is a happy side effect of just looking after yourself. So
absolutely.
the same.
Absolutely. I mean, stress is high on my agenda as well. I'm a very stressed person myself. That's why stress is sort of my area of expertise. And, you know, exercise is a stress. So is dieting. I mean, I hate that word dieting. Diet to me is your daily intake of food, not restricting yourself. We need to eat enough to support what our body does, you know, and unfortunately, we've been brainwashed over the years with diets and diet products. And then unfortunately, we're actually putting a huge amount of toxins in our body, because these diet products are man-made rubbish, really. So, I mean, it's good that we're transitioning, and there's a lot more knowledge out there now. There's a lot more research being done to prove those things don't work. So hopefully over the next 10 years, again, we will go back into more of a natural way of eating, natural way of moving, and understanding our mind and our body a little bit better. That's what I would love to see happening.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much old, I don't even know if it was science at the time, but conditioning of, you know, I still meet, it's mind blowing for me, because I guess I've moved on so much, but I'll meet someone who's still like, I don't like margarine, but I still eat it because I know it's healthier for me, or I stay away from fats because I know that they make me fat. So really kind of like old knowledge, but it seems to have lasted a really long time, doesn't it?
A long time, so long, you know. And still people that won't eat things like avocado, eggs, you know. I'm not going to say which weight loss group it is, but there's a weight loss group that says that you can't eat salmon fillets, you know, 2 salmon fillets. They're not very big, but they're 500 calories, but that's 500 calories of pure goodness. Yet you're okay to eat a bowl full of pasta. which hormonally is actually going to leave you fat storing, not fat burning, yet that goodness within that salmon is actually invaluable. It just doesn't make sense, does it?
No, and also not just the nutrients in it, but they're going to support like your eye health, your brain health. It's going to support, it's going to stop your cravings as much because it's full of good fats, and like it's just going to help you in so many ways, isn't it?
And it's going to help you.
We're definitely singing from the same hymn sheet here, aren't we?
I think so. I think so.
So Emma is coming across to our membership on Thursday this week, and she's running a session for us. So we run these sessions called Higher Awareness, and we love to educate our members on other things that are going to help them with their health. So I know you've got a membership and you do a lot of this mindset stuff as well. Yes. And I was saying to Emma, I really feel that exercise is probably a big part of the missing puzzle for our members still. We teach yoga, and lots of them do the yoga, but probably don't move on any more from that. And I'm just thinking now, I'm thinking to myself while I'm live with you, why would that be? And I think it's because people are knackered, right? They're tired, they've got a lot of pressures, they think maybe they can squeeze a little bit of yoga in, but anything more, maybe it feels too taxing. Would you think that might be the case for them?
Definitely. And I think that the fitness world has gone crazy, hasn't it? So whereas people used to enjoy a little bit of aerobics, a little bit of dance or that type of thing, it's now gone to the complete extreme of things like CrossFit and weightlifting. And I think a lot of women are scared of that. And it's about trying to find something that combines the both, so that you enjoy it, but it also gives you the results that you want. And things that are not going to last an hour or 2 hours. None of us have got the time to do that anymore. I know I certainly haven't, and I don't even work full time. So, but I have a little girl and I have a business that I run. I haven't got time to spend an hour or 2 hours in the gym. It's about trying to get the best bang for your buck, as I would say, out of a workout that is going to leave you hormonally balanced. So you're burning fat, you're building muscle, which is actually important as well. And you're not then thinking, oh my goodness, I can't face that. So it's short, it's sharp, and it gets the job done, really, is what I like to aim for. Yeah.
So when you work with women, do you do it, is it online and from home, and they sort of do it in their own home at the same time?
Yes. Yeah. And I know that can be quite hard to get motivated, but I think, I tend to run 15 minutes workouts within my groups. So within that 15-minute workout, we are using dumbbells, so they can be as heavy as you want them to be or as light as you want them to be, because we do need to add resistance. And I'll explain why on Thursday. But within the workouts, where, like I said, we're moving the body in a way that we're not just, because obviously exercise is a stress. So we're not just releasing stress hormones, we're releasing the growth and the repair and the recovery hormones as well, because they're really important. And then these combined will actually have a better long-term effect after the workout. Because so many people, and specifically perimenopausal, they'll start to gain this little bit of a tummy that they've never had before. And all of a sudden they think they have to run or, do class after class. I don't know how many times I've gone into a gym that I work out of delivering a program. I see women go from one class to another. They never lose an inch or a pound. They never look any different. And I've seen these women for the last 3 years. They don't look any different now than when I first went there 3 years ago, because they're not doing the right thing for their hormones and to get the best results. They're doing more and more and more. And unfortunately, it has the opposite effect.
Yeah, I think that's really reassuring. And actually, I can say that in the past, I've been in the gym and, I try not to compare. We all try not to compare. But I might feel guilty because I think, oh, I'm only doing one class and these people are doing 3. And I'm not as fit as that. So it's actually really nice to hear that it's not necessarily more. If you're doing no exercise, you need to include some in your lifestyle, obviously. But it's not necessarily about adding more and more and more and more.
No, it's about getting it right, the same as anything, it's the same as, let's call it dieting. You're not going to get the body you want by eating less and less and less. You're going to get the body you want by eating the right amount to support yourself. And, obviously, if you're looking to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit, but eating the right food so that you prevent hunger, prevent cravings, have a balanced energy, you leave your hormones balanced. There's a lot more to it than just go pushing everything to the extremes. And I think that, unfortunately, we are living in a world where everything is extreme. Everything is 100 miles an hour. Everybody wants to have the biggest, the best, the hardest. There's people doing Ironmans and this, that, and that's great. I'm not knocking it. But for the perimenopausal woman, pushing yourself too hard is actually going to have the adverse effect of what you want.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's really reassuring. So thank you for coming on and sharing that with us. So
Okay.
could you tell us a little bit about, you're going to run this session on Thursday. What kind of
Yes.
things are you going to be covering?
So I'm going to talk all about exercise, the best form of exercise to choose during perimenopause and menopause, and food as well I will be touching on. So the best food, the best time to eat certain foods, because it is about timing of certain foods as well. That's going to support your workout, support your hormones, support your body. Sleep, I'll touch on that, and recovery. So I'll just do a little package of everything related around exercise and what's the best to do at that sort of hormonal stage.
Yeah, amazing. That's absolutely brilliant. And I'm sure people are going to absolutely love this chat now, finding out a little bit about you. So if people wanted to follow you or reach out to you, how could they contact you?
I'm on all social media platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm Emma, the letter J, Life Shaper. And my website is emmajlifeshaper.com.
Okay, so no dashes or dots or anything?
No dashes, just Emma. It's only the letter J, so it's not J-A-Y, Emma J, Life Shaper.
Amazing, brilliant. Thank you, Emma, for sharing all of that.
My
with
pleasure.
us. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Me
so
too.
I will give Emma a follow, and if you want to know more about the membership and coming along to that session on Thursday, I'll drop the information below as well. So see you soon, Emma. Bye.
Take care. Bye.